protest news.
Uh-oh. Okay, so this is important. This is very important. So in Richmond, Virginia, obviously capital of the Confederacy, not since 1865, when Jefferson Davis gave up. I don't know what they did with Jefferson Davis afterwards. But anyway, so there's this big statue in the park there. Like, I guess the big park.
It's on a lane. It's called...
Oh, it's on like a
Monument
middle of a road.
Avenue.
Okay, so they have...
All right. Well, let's start at the beginning here. Is that this photo here was originally posted by Slymenstra Hyman.
That's right, Danielle Stamp. I noticed that on her. I'm like, oh, that's Slymenstra. If you remember her.
So she created this, and it is the inspiring event for a scum dog, a regular old scum dog, to create a petition to erect. I feel like they really wanted to use the word erect.
Is the perfect
to erect
verb for Oderus Urungus.
Statue, much like the one pictured of Oderus Urungus in the place of Robert E. Lee on Monument Avenue in Richmond.
Now, the question is, and this would have to be taken by vote, would you want to on a horse or just standing with the cuttlefish flapping in the wind? Or the cuttlefish erect, of course.
Yeah, you can't see the dick.
Yeah, so Oderus wasn't a horse guy, so I think it probably, even though the horse looks cool.
the horse, it does look cool.
It looks like he's doing something, like he's commanding something. But
like, it makes you think that he killed Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, he's like, I took the horse. But, Dave wasn't really a horse guy, so he would just be standing the way he did, like on stage with his dick just out. Like, they'd have to have the cuttlefish just erect. Or jizzing,
well,
maybe.
Okay, obviously, no matter how many signatures this thing gets, everyone in America could sign it. They're not going to put a statue with an erect penis. Alien penis.
They can't make the MTV version of Oderus Urungus when they'd be like,
or
MTV.
Even a flaccid alien penis.
Well, no. What they would do for like MTV videos, because GWAR had some MTV videos, and obviously they couldn't have the dick, so they would just have this like underwear thing instead. They would have this thing where the penis was taken off for the costume.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you support that? Would you support a censored statue, or would you rather have no statue?
I would like a statue of Dave, just because, Dave was just this thing that was larger than life.
There should be a statue of him in Richmond.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just as there's a Phil Lynott statue in Dublin, I think, they should be
We can talk about whether it should be right there, but currently this, I just checked it, this petition has 57.6K signatures.
Already?
Yes, it is, and it was going up as I looked at it.
So there's no way they can't...
Current goal is 75K.
There's no way they can't have this, then. They have to have this.
Why?
Because...
No one gets anything. What are you talking about?
But the people want it. Like,
obviously,
I always think they should have...
That's not necessarily the people of Richmond.
Oh, it's all over there. Okay. Well, either way, Listen, like, when they take down these Confederate statues, like, or any kind of statues like that, like, I do believe there should be a vote for that. I don't believe a mob should go and knock the things down. I just, I think if there was a vote, the things would come down. Okay? I don't believe in this chaos mob thing, because then you get people with guns.
Well, no one's putting us up for a vote, is the thing.
Well, it's a petition, though. It's people. It's democracy at work.
That's not a vote.
It's people putting their name on this and being like, hey, I would like this done. So, and I just think the same thing should be done when they're...
I'm just saying, I'm totally fine with a mob toppling the statue.
I'm like, here's the thing. And then other mobs come out with guns and shit happens. It already happened out in Albuquerque. Somebody got shot over some conquistador statue. So, and that could... that could happen. So, you make a vote, boom, things gone. That's it. People voted.
Okay, well...
Things gone. And I guarantee you, it will be voted out. I promise you.
The petition also encouraged people to donate to the Richmond COVID-19 Arts and Culture Relief Fund.
There you go. So it's not all...
So it's not all joke.
Yeah,
it's not all jokey jokes.
They're serious stuff.
But on our next article here on Friday, June 12th, GWAR drummer Jizmac.
Yeah, so Brad Roberts, as we know,
visited. Look how beautiful that statue is now.
Yeah, look at that. They put art on it.
He's having a good time out there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, "What the fuck?" and other people are like, "Hey, it's Jizmac."
The regular people in Richmond know about GWAR.
I think
they must know something.
People in that, I think they're kind of a thing in town. It's not a big town, so it's
I don't know. We've never been. Maybe we should go sometime.
Yeah, seems like the GWAR bar. This is the GWAR bar that they run, which sounds like fun.
Okay, and he was out there. He was also soliciting signatures for this. He's in support of the petition.
I'm glad.
So he was out there encouraging.
The video is unavailable.
The video has been taken down.
Yes, been taken down, obviously. But I'm glad he came out. I think I think more members should have come out, but maybe they're busy.
Well, not every member of GWAR is totally on board with replacing this exact statue with Oderus.
The new GWAR and former Beefcake the Mighty, now promoted to he was the original Beefcake Mighty. That was Mike Bishop, and now he is Blothar. He is now and by my and I'm gonna be honest. He's actually a professor, so he's a really smart guy. But he is not the front man Dave was. He doesn't have it, But it's all he got.
Listen, you can't just step into that.
No, you can't. Okay? It's impossible. You can't.
Anyway, he gave this interview here. He checked in with the Consequence of Sound guys.
Yeah.
And they asked him. It's a very tongue-in-cheek interview, but they asked him what he thought of the petition. They actually assumed he was for it, and they're like, "Why should we do this?" And he was like, "Well, I'm actually not into it." Because I don't think that Dave Brocky would be into having his statue there on Monument Avenue with a whole bunch of other losers. Now, if you don't know, and I didn't know because I've never been to Richmond, Monument Avenue is a tree-lined grassy mall punctuated by statues memorizing Virginian Confederate veterans of the American Civil War, such as Robert E. Lee, J.E.B. Stewart, Thomas Stonewall Jackson, and some other guy. And also one statue of Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe,
the black tennis player.
Arthur Ashe is there. See, they put Arthur Ashe there.
That whole sentence is like mind-boggling.
Isn't it funny?
To me.
And a gay black tennis player died of AIDS.
They're like, wow, we've got all of these Confederate generals. How do we make people feel better about this? We'll put one black athlete.
Yeah, I think they
there.
put Arthur Ashe.
It's like insulting.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing when Arthur Ashe came. It was a big deal. I think Dave.
I'm not talking about him coming out. I'm talking about them putting a statue.
No, I mean the statue.
As some kind of conciliatory effort.
No, I mean when they put the statue there, I think there was a whole big.
We understand it's a little bit problematic to have all these Confederate generals.
Yeah, there was a whole big deal when they put the statue.
A black athlete.
I remember
this is fine now.
A black gay athlete. I remember when they put that thing up. It was kind of a deal. I think GWAR was talking. GWAR said something about. I think Dave, just as being Dave, he would want to be behind Arthur Ashe, fucking him in the ass. Just not as a thing to do to ruin Arthur Ashe in any way. It's something Dave would just want just to be Dave. No insult to Arthur Ashe at all. That's what Dave would.
I mean, we're assuming Arthur consented in this.
Oh, probably, yeah. Why wouldn't he? Yeah.
Well, he might not.
That's the kind of thing aliens. Dave would do. Like, that's the thing Oderus Urungus would do.
But so,
or one of the Confederate
Blothar here
generals.
is saying that Dave would not want to be on this particular avenue, replacing Robert E. Lee, but also just surrounded by these other Confederate dipshits.
Yeah, that are still there.
Still there. Well, they took something down.
Yeah, did they actually take something down? I mean, they fucked up.
They took something else down. Maybe not on this avenue.
Yeah.
And I think they are going to remove the Robert E. Lee statue.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet. Well, we're gonna do it.
It hasn't happened yet.
So yeah, but yeah, I kind of agree. Just maybe not. I agree that there should be a statue of Oderus somewhere.
Absolutely. A huge statue of him.
I guess I would rather take the high road if we're going to replace Robert E. Lee and put something, meaningful.
Who do you think should go where Robert E. Lee was?
I don't know, like some kind of black leader.
Yeah.
Or, to try to like some kind of not like a joke statue, I guess.
Dave was no joke.
But Dave did not take himself seriously, so. No.
I like how
but I saw mixed reviews on people talking about this. For example, I saw Ross Sewage, who's in GWAR or affiliated with GWAR. And also has some associates with GWAR, knows GWAR, just having, expressing reservations about this, like being like, yeah, I guess it'd be funny, but maybe we should read the room and maybe not do this.
Yeah, if they have to put Dave up, even if they put him behind Arthur Ashe.
But I don't know. Richmond memorialized Dave Brocky, but not here.
Yeah, make a giant 90-foot statue of him. I like how Blothar just continues with this GWAR lore. That just, it's like this old school GWAR lore that I feel like people don't really talk about anymore. It's just like stuff from their movies and stuff like from the 90s. Like he's still like kind of stuck in that old GWAR.
He's a professor.
Yeah, he's like a nerd. He still is into that nerdy GWAR. And I think he kind of tried to bring GWAR back into that. Whereas like Dave before he died was trying to take GWAR more into like a metal band. He was kind of getting out of that stuff. But like I feel like Blothar is still like in that kind of Alice in Wonderland movie kind of stuff. It's like still that the GWAR's first few albums kind of lore, that GWAR nerd stuff.
Well, when I watched the interview on this article, he asked what he anticipated for the next GWAR concerts, and he said, well, it's going to be right back, like in the early days, we're going to play shows to no fans.
Yeah, that's what. Exactly. Well, I think people just go out for GWAR. Like even though like the show is kind of just like meh, like people still come out. Like it doesn't matter. It's not when it doesn't matter. That it's just the experience of it. So people always come out. It doesn't, even though their music isn't the same. It's just, but it's the thing about GWAR shows. People just go to GWAR shows that aren't even GWAR fans. They'll just go just to experience what GWAR, is. So yeah. So I don't know. Statue of Dave. I know. So anyway,